protect Goldschmidt. Now he has Xander and Mookie and Benny. I mean, he's got protection. But
It sounds so good to hear that.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it sound great?
Protection and Benny in the same sentence is the greatest sentence that I've ever heard.
Protection for Mookie Betts and Benintendi with Jenny Martinez and Xander Bogaerts is a great sentence.
Yeah. Man, I love it when he hits.
It's crazy because, I mean, he wasn't really on my radar a couple of years ago, or at least someone that I was eventually going to be all gung-ho for like I was.
I just love him because of fantasy. Paying attention to fantasy the last couple of years. He's been top 5 in OPS the last 5 seasons. So he gets massive points for you.
Yeah.
He took me down a DK tournament last year whenever he had his 4 home runs. So there's an emotional connection there.
Yep. Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Did you guys see tonight the guy on Minnesota? He had 3 home runs.
Eddie Rosario?
Yeah, Rosario. That's what it is. I can't remember his name. That was a bad.
Last one was a walk-off, wasn't it?
Yeah. He walked.
Ridiculous.
So that was against the Indians then.
Yes, I think so. I think they shifted that series now, or like this last game now they shift.
Yeah, it was definitely them. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we about covered it. So we'll pick it back up. What was it? Thursday night, I guess.
Thursday night. Hopefully, we're taking 2 out of 3 against Detroit.
Yeah, Austin, are you available that night or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you may as well because there's no sense having a White Sox Raider on.
What are you talking about, man? They got. You know what? Austin's gonna come
just
up.
Just have the sound of silence on the entire time.
No, Austin, I want you to talk about their big prospects.
Like the Red Sox farm system that they have.
Our prospects.
Yeah, I want you to get a good write up for us.
Yeah. Well.
Look at there's a great Lucas Giolito guy who was great in Washington.
Oh, I heard of that guy.
Yeah, I thought they gave up a better package than. I mean, I think. I forget how I'm trying to say this. Adam Eaton, they gave up a lot for Adam Eaton, like a comparable,
yes, they did.
Yeah,
comparable package to the Red Sox for only Adam Eaton.
You gave up your number 1 pitching prospect. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's we want Bryce Harper to win.
Yeah. I know. I like Adam Eaton. I just thought that was kind of ridiculous.
He's coming off the DL soon.
Again, yeah.
He's starting his AA down in Harrisburg this week, so he'll be back to help out. Batting .345. I mean, that's a pretty good clip.
Yeah, and I mean, he's only 32, something like that. So
I feel like he's one of those guys that's been around forever.
I know exactly.
Don't you feel like that guy's like 40?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
How old do you think he is?
I thought he was like 32.
32? Yeah.
Dude, he's 29 years old.
No way.
Oh. Okay.
He started playing baseball.
He's like just barely older than Starlin Castro.
Seriously, he is a Starlin Castro. He's making $6 million this year, $8 million next year, and then he's got 2 more years on his deal after that at club options at 9.5 and 10.5.
Well, that's probably why they gave up so much, because that would have been, 4 years they would have had him for?
It's 4.5 years of control.
Yeah, so.
On good deals.
It makes a little bit of sense, I guess, but.
And now Lucas Giolito's bad.
Yeah. I mean, he batted well. He's batting .297 last year, .284 the year before, .287, .300. And then .252, .259 his first couple of years in Arizona. So, I mean, since he's been to the White Sox, he's been good.
What's going on with...
a real question, though, right? Who starts at shortstop for the AL this year? Is it Bogaerts?
Bogaerts or Turner?
Yeah, Bogaerts.
Well, if he keeps slumping,
well, you have
Lindor.
You have Lindor,
Simmons?
but they have Simmons out in LA. I mean, he's doing. He's batting like .330, isn't he?
Somewhere around there, and he's probably the best defensive shortstop in baseball.
What about Correa? Though?
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot to fill, really.
Because especially in the AL.
Not like second.
Machado's going to be the third baseman, I would think.
Oh, I know that Trey Turner's, for anyone listening, I know that Trey Turner's in the National League. I'm just kind of spitballing. Yeah, I'm spitballing because there's Corey Seager and there's Trey Turner. I'm just
I miss Corey Seager.
But dude, you got Kyle Seager. You're fine.
No.
Dude, that's just, I don't get. I hate when I see non-pitchers get Tommy John, man. It's so frustrating.
Like Christian Vasquez has had it.
Yeah.
Well, I can
then
see
I
it
think
for catchers for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
It's
Catchers don't
understandable.
count because they throw the ball. I mean, shortstop.
That
There was a
surprises
guy-
me.
Non-pitchers.
Like
Non-pitchers,
an
yeah, non-pitchers can.
an infielder of all players should not be having it. I would think.
I guess if anybody, it would be a guy on the left side of the infield because you are slinging it. But I mean, geez, like,
I
are you
think
doing?
more for an outfielder, really. But
And it was precautionary too, was the thing. Like that was the thing that boggled my mind more than anything else. It was the Dodgers organization trying to protect Corey Seager's arm for the years to come, because he didn't need the surgery.
Well, it's a lot like Jason Groom getting it now,
Mm-hmm.
where get it now and just not worry about anything, then worry about something later on.
and that's what we've talked about that, and that's what I would prefer. I mean,
I agree, especially with Seager, who's going to be the franchise out there, and the team was good enough before he went down. On paper.
Like
To
that just took
compete.
the wind out of their sails.
Yeah, well, they had Turner out, they had Puig out, and they had Kershaw out pretty much all at the same
And Cody
time.
Bellinger batting like 190 at the time.
Yep,
Didn't
but
help.
they are only 2.5 out of the division lead.
That is ridiculous in the West.
The West is, it's pretty bad. Arizona's in first at 31-27.
Must be nice.
It's comparable to the Central.
Even
the Central,
the-
The AL Central is awful.
the
It's
Padres are only 5.5 back in last place.
That's the wackiest thing I've ever heard.
yeah, the Padres are 27-34 with a 443 win percentage, and they are 5.5 out of their division spot.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, the Mets. I didn't realize they're under 500. 3 games under 500 for them.
They're 7 out of first place there. Yeah, they're struggling now.
I have such a tainted perception of the Mets, though.
Yeah.
'Cause all I hear is
Terrible
KFC
team.
talk shit about them.
The Mets stink. They deserve it, though.
That's like the-
They don't change anything.
The curse of Bernie Madoff. That's what
Is
that
his
is.
contract?
Bobby Bonilla?
The Bobby Lamia contract.
Yeah, well, no,
Love that contract.
Madoff was the Ponzi scheme guy who had like a partial stake in the team. I don't think he was
Oh,
ever.
yeah, that's right. I'm just thinking of the crazy long contract.
Yeah, the Bonilla contract. I know what you're talking about because I think he's still getting paid on that.
Yeah,
He is.
every April.
Every July or April
Was it
1st,
July?
July 1st,
I think
something like
either
that.
one.
It's one of those.
them.
It's going to be the next Chris Davis one because Chris Davis is going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Man.
20
Funny
years
Orioles
from now,
fans for years.
well, for the next 19 years, he's getting paid.
All right,
That's
real
crazy.
quick before we go, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make firm like guesses. Where do we think Machado ends up?
New York Yankees.
I don't think so.
Might
I'm
end up
still
in-
I'm still holding on to that fact. I think he's a
You think
perfect
so?
Yankee. I think he's a perfect Yankee. I think they're going to move some people around, especially with Tanaka and CC on the back end of their careers. Ellsbury, Gardner, a lot of contracts coming off the books. They always say they're not going to be able to keep Sanchez and Judge anyway. So I
I've
think he
seen
goes
the
to New York.
Cubs. I've seen the Dodgers. The one that like really intrigued me was Arizona.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Cleveland
I think
is
he's Arizona.
very
Cleveland's
hotly
up there.
connected to them too, though, and maybe even the Angels.
Oh wait, were we talking about trades or free agency?
Trades.
Oh, trades.
Oh shit, my bad. Never mind. Obviously, he's not going to the Yankees then. I thought you were talking about free agency.
Nah, trades.
That is completely my fault. Trades? Yeah, I think Cubs are up there. Cleveland's up there. I don't know if they have the farm for it or if they'd want to
Dodgers
do
still
it.
have the farm for it if they wanted it.
They said they weren't, and I don't think it makes sense for the Dodgers because you're going to get Seager back next year.
Exactly. Like, how would the left side of that infield look next year? Like, you don't have room.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you can't DH him because he's in the National League. So I think Arizona's an interesting one. I still think it's the Cubs because at the end of the day, who's over there now? Bryant's over there now, and you have Addison Russell, who's good.
Who the city of
but-
Chicago hates.
But would you not mind moving Russell to second, getting Ben Zobrist out of your face in a couple of years, and then keeping Manny Machado?
Well, what do you do with Baez then?
Baez, dude, he could fucking play anywhere. That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
He's just like
Russell
Not
would be
amazing.
They have so many utility guys, though.
Russell would be the odd one out.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be a
Baez
Dodger
would play
trade
second. I feel
him.
like
You know what you could do? You trade Russell in that trade with Machado,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then
That way you
that
give
just
Baltimore hope.
and then that solves everything because you give Baltimore hope, and you give them obviously another prospect as well, and then you just move Baez over to second. Zobrist plays outfield and second and won't be there forever. Like, I mean, he's getting older anyway.
Ian Happ just keeps getting screwed in these.
Hang on, though. The Cubs really need to prioritize pitching, I feel like, more than anything.
They do, but I mean, what's out there besides Cole Hamels? Also, Ben Zobrist only has one more year.
Awful contract, too, by the way.
Who?
Hamels.
Hamels is a bad contract, yeah.
Well,
but doesn't it go up? When's that up?
I think 20.
Those might be the option years, though.
Oh, next year's a club option.
Yeah, so he could be done as soon as this year, really.
Yeah, he can be done. It's a $6 million buyout.
Yeah.
I saw a hypothetical today that the Yankees would send Justice Sheffield, and I was like, shit.
I don't think
so.
so.
I was like, Justice Sheffield.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was like, do it. Just get Justice out of our hair early.
Wait, here's a long shot scenario. Could you see maybe either Philly or Atlanta making a deal for Machado, but with an extension in place? Like they just cough up $300 million right away and make the deal.
I do.
Can you imagine him in Atlanta? Like,
that'd
replacing Camargo.
Philly would be sick too. I mean, those are long shots for the whole deal to go through there. But I mean, free agency is a whole different ballgame. Like I said, I still think he ends up in New York in free agency
because
I still think they can move people around.
He played third, I believe.
Over Franco,
I would say.
Yeah. It's like you got J.P. Crawford, who they've been waiting for since they got him in the Cole Hamels trade at short, and then you got Kingery at second.
Right.
Who's just lighting the world on fire.
Or maybe he'll get his way and still be a shortstop, and they'll just have to shuffle some stuff. But that's a team that
you're gonna have to give up stuff to get him anyway. So that prospect that's been waiting is gonna get moved anyway.
Yeah, true, and that's why the extension would be in place because they would have the guarantee anyway before they coughed up someone significant. But that's an extreme long shot. But you could see where Altuve's agents kind of chickened out and agreed to the extension early. And Blackman, too, another guy who just signed a month or so ago.
But he's on the bad side of 30 with his splits in Colorado really helping him out. That was a really smart contract.
Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't
I think he made that one
for the rest of your career?
True.
I think he made the smart chance. I think that Altuve just took a straight up discount. I think that's why he did that.
Yeah,
I think he could have gotten more.
I understand the splits, his age, and the fact that he has done all of his damage in Colorado, but I still feel like off season had to play some role in it to a degree. And
yeah, I'm sure it did.
And for Boris,
he got a lot of money though.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. And for Boris though, if he can lock down, say, a $300 million deal, I don't see how he can refuse that for a guy like Machado. And then I think he re-solidifies the market for Harper at that point, because Harper would come in.
He just benefits himself.
Yeah.
If he gets Machado 300, that means minimum Harper's gonna get 350.
Exactly.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Or 325
minimum.
So I just think it would be a smart move on. Well, I don't know if it'd be a smart move on Philly's part, but it would get it done. I feel like
that's Boris's game, though. Like people don't realize that every contract that's huge, right? Just moves the market for him. It's the most selfish thing in sports as an agent.
Yeah,
especially a baseball agent.
They're lawyers. They all have legal degrees, and that's what they do. They walk into these front offices, put their spin on, and some of them lay down, and other ones fight back. But yeah, it's interesting. So this is going to be a really fascinating offseason coming up. Like I guarantee you, MLB Trade Rumors is going to get a record number of hits on their site daily.
It's already heating up now.
Yeah, for people. I go to it quite a bit. And it's so funny because I don't really look at I don't know how you guys have your Twitter account set up, but I'll have lists, and I have my Red Sox feed, my national beat writers feed, and then just some other non-baseball related ones. But during the season, I hardly ever go to the national feed. I always just go to the Red Sox feed. But in the off season, it's the opposite. I'm only looking at the national feed. because no Red Sox